Hi.
Hi, welcome back. Welcome back. I'm Dr. Ken Berry, a family physician, and this is my lovely wife and partner in life, Neisha Salas-Berry, who's a registered nurse and also a certified breastfeeding consultant.
And certified health coach.
I'll win that also.
Yeah.
We're glad to have you back. If you know someone who's always like, damn it, I forgot they were live, send them a text, send them an email right now and say, hey, Uncle Cletus, they're live right now. Jump on there. You can ask your question. Look at this woman. Does she look stunning?
Well, it's a miracle because I
think it's
exhausted.
The shirt. It's the shirt.
It's the shirt. It says Body by Bacon. And if you got on here early, you got to listen.
Enjoy
the song
Bacon and
it was written by the person who gave me this shirt. So shout out to Derek, who was also at the summit and played that song live in front of our audience and you guys who were in the virtual audience. If you didn't know, we put on a virtual summit and an in-person summit this past weekend.
Yep.
It was amazing.
And if you missed it, don't beat yourself up because down in the show notes there's a link where you can watch the entire thing for free.
Free 99.
FREE.
Because of Keto Chow, they graciously sponsored the virtual event and made that all possible. So we are so grateful for that. And I know you guys are too because I've seen it in the comments.
Hey, this is Sarah's first time ever catching a live.
Sarah, welcome to the club.
Welcome, Sarah. We're so glad you're here. Who else is new? First time you've caught a live. Type new in the comments like Sarah did. Don't be shy.
Yeah, isn't the song great? Is it going? Holly's in the house.
Thank you, Holly.
Holly's a VIP.
Thank you, Holly.
So, yeah, if you were at the summit, thank you so much for coming. If you watched online, thank you so much for watching. We had we never dipped under 1,200 people. That's insane.
Watching live at the same time.
7 hours.
Yeah.
Even on our break, it didn't dip below that. So that's amazing. You guys really liked the content and the information.
Yeah.
And that's what we're going for. We wanted you guys to get all this information for free from the comfort of your home if you weren't able to make it to Nashville. And I think you guys really enjoy that. And like Dr. Berry said, you can watch the replay. The links are in the show notes. All you have to do is go to the Keto Chow channel, and the link is over there as well. Yep. But if you just click on that link, it'll take you directly to the video.
And if you only watch one presentation out of the PhD Summit, watch this girl's presentation because she rocked that hard.
Thank you.
Yes.
I was nervous, but
it didn't show.
Y'all, a lot of work went into putting on this summit, and we really, really want to thank the people who were not in front of the camera, but behind the camera, helping us so much. We had so many, our moderators were there and they helped us so much. They went above and beyond. We're so grateful for them. 2 Crazy Ketos. I mean, they showed out on that live stream as I knew they would. This is why we picked them. Autumn did an amazing job as an MC. Nurse Cindy, Kim Howerton. Everybody just did their best. I mean, I think it was the best talks that I've seen each one of these individuals do. So.
Yeah, they all rocked it. It was wonderful.
So if you haven't watched that, you need to.
Absolutely.
It was good stuff.
Even Natalie was there. You missed getting to see Natalie. Yeah.
All right. So again, we do this every Monday night live. We do this every Monday night.
Live.
At 7 Central. And we try to answer as many questions as possible, but as you can tell, the number keeps rising up here. I don't know. It may be over here. Are we backwards? I can't ever keep up with that, but we do our best. So
we do. We try.
And the moderators, they are a blue name with a wrench beside them. If you see an answer from them, it is something that we have approved. It is the right answer.
Yes. Oh, so we had a super chat before we got started from Kiara, who recently had some lab work done, and her doctor had told her, you don't have to fast. Well, she was getting a lipid panel, one of the tests being a triglyceride level, and her triglycerides were high. And she's like, does it matter that I didn't fast? Yes, Kira, your intuition was correct. You should have totally fasted for that. Any of you guys watching this, if you're going to have ever a lab test that's going to check your triglycerides or your glucose level, and your doctor says, oh, you don't have to fast for this, they don't know what the hell they're talking about. You need to fast for 12 to 14 hours. This is one of the many things Kim Howerton and I cover in the book, Common Sense Labs. Okay?
If you were at the summit, you got to buy this early.
Yes.
because it was a perk of coming
Yep.
to the conference. However, if you've already pre-ordered, it's coming mid-September. It should be on its way very, very
That's
soon.
now. So in the next
okay.
2 to 3 weeks, you should be getting your copy in the mail if you've ordered
Late
a physical copy. Yes.
Someone said, where did you get your shirt? From Derek Hinckley, who's in the chat right now, who wrote Beef, Butter, Bacon, and Eggs. That
Beef, butter, bacon, and eggs.
Right.
I feel like Derek and I should duo that.
You should.
No, probably not.
All right, let's get into the questions. John says, with triple B&E, I use grass-fed butter. How much butter should I eat? Any upper limit?
Nope. Eat as much butter as you want. That doesn't mean moronically eat 12 pounds of butter a day. It just means eat butter to taste. If you're like, oh, I've had enough butter today, then you're done. But if you're like, man, I could use some more butter, eat some more butter. It's fine. Butter is a superfood. It's full of vitamins and minerals. It's full of healthy fatty acids.
Yeah, I said in my presentation that butter wasn't really a food, and I take that back.
It is 100% a food.
I take it back.
Yes, 100%.
It is a food, but most often it is used with other food. That's
That's
what
right.
I meant by that. Like,
but it doesn't have to be.
But it doesn't have to be, right?
Go ahead and confess what you often do.
I and Beckett too will just eat some butter.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'd like?
They're in there
A bite of butter.
with the stick of butter like a candy bar.
Anytime I get it out of the Beckett likes it cold. So if I'm getting it out and putting it in the dish, he will take it and help me put it in the dish. But on the way to the dish, there is a bite taken.
There's some little teeth marks in the butter, which I don't mind at all.
Seven Young, welcome back. Hey guys, I sent a message to you on Patreon. The details are too long to put on here, but I know you're very busy. When should I expect a response? So since we had the summit, I'm sure we're behind on messages, but for good reason, and we will be catching up this week. So 7, look out for a message back in the next week, right? Yep. Not 2 T's. I'm doing my 90 days of triple B&E, so there's no cream in my cocoa. It isn't a no-no, is it, to add butter to the cocoa? Cocoa is not triple B&E.
Cocoa, yeah. I'm not sure what you're drinking. Cocoa, is that what you mean?
You mean coffee?
If you mean coffee, then it's fine to put a little butter in the coffee. But if you mean cocoa, like hot cocoa, hot chocolate, that has carbohydrates. You need to avoid that.
Marnie. Hi, Marnie.
Hey, Marnie.
Neisha's presentation was amazing. And yes, you can toss the goldfish crackers.
Yes, you can do it. You can do it.
Thanks, Marnie.
Goldfish crackers, unlike butter, are not a food. That's right. For human beings. That is true.
Jennifer, I have a family history of Alzheimer's. Does a PhD prevent this? And what nutrients should I focus on? Yes, absolutely, Jennifer. I've got a video on this YouTube channel about Alzheimer's. You need to keep your carbohydrate intake as low as you comfortably can, and you need to eat as nutrient dense of a diet as you possibly can. And that's just 2 of the principles of a proper human diet. And I have people ask me all the time, well, what are all the principles of the proper human diet? Well, there's a video link down in the show notes to a video that's already on this channel, but I just made it easy for you to find. If you want to know, okay, what is every single principle of a proper human diet, that video's in the show notes. I see a lot of hello Granny Berries in the chat. Granny Berry, my 92-year-old granny's watching this from the outskirts of Birmingham, Alabama. She's staying with my parents down there. You guys can say hi to Granny Berry and where you're saying hi from. She freaking loves it when you guys do that. It just tickles her. It tickles her pink. It makes her say, whoopee. Whoopee, Granny. Karen says, do you think wearing a compression sleeve would encourage your arms to tighten up the arm flaps? No, it doesn't work that way. I've got a video about loose skin and how to slowly get rid of it on this channel. So after this live, you can go just search YouTube for Dr. Berry loose skin, and you'll find that video, and that will help you. If you want to get rid of your loose skin very quickly, go see a plastic surgeon. But if you'd like to get rid of it slowly but free, watch that video. I forgot to mention, we are going to have a special guest later on tonight. Yes, we are, but don't tell them who. I'm not. Stick around. There's no telling who this is. Find out who it is. It's not Beckett. If you think you know who it is, put it in the chat. It's not Bonnie. It's not Beckett. Well, I mean, it could be. It could be them too. Yeah. Extra but that's not who I'm talking about. Zach says, so like vegetables, fruits, grains, none of these are okay to eat. Just carnivore is the way? Nope. No. Watch my video, The Principles of a Proper Human Diet. Definitely the grains have no place in a human diet unless you're trying to prevent starvation.
Vegetables can play a role. Definitely meats are always the predominant thing on your plate on a proper human diet. And that meat can be red meat. It can be white meat. It can be seafood, anything that creeps, flutters, crawls, flies, swims, slithers. All that is carnivore, and all that's slithers. Yeah.
Snake
You've had rattlesnake? I've had
good.
Rattlesnake. I've also had copperhead.
Had alligator.
I don't think I've had
Yes,
alligator.
you have.
Did I? Oh yeah,
Back in the day.
I did. Yes, I did. It was breaded, but that was a long time ago.
It was a long time ago. Shout out to Mio Miles. N1 Uno 1965. The PhD Summit was phenomenal. I watched the virtual, and I've watched it twice.
Wow.
It inspires me to go to a live event soon. Thank you for putting
Please
it
come
on.
next year. We're definitely going to do it again next year. We were brainstorming plans to make it even better next year. And this human right here played such a role in bringing this summit together and making it as special as it was. And I can't thank her enough.
If you'd asked me last week if we were having another one, I would have said no. But then it was so good, and we had such a good time, and all the people enjoyed it so much that I retract that.
Yeah. The Puma says, thoughts on oil pulling while fasting. So I've actually looked into oil pulling quite a bit, and I'm not opposed to oil pulling. I think it's fine as long as you don't. If you're oil pulling with bacon grease or beef tallow or duck fat or some ruminant fat, then you can swallow it after you pull. But if you're going to spit it out, then I think you can oil pull with any avocado oil, olive oil, coconut oil.
MCT oil is what we used.
Yep, we did that for a while.
We did. Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't tell any great benefit from it, but I'm not opposed to it. I think some people love it.
Jared says, how much beef liver can you feed a baby?
Yeah. So an ounce 3 times a week would be a great amount of beef liver. And I love it that you're introducing this as a food to your baby now, because people forget babies eat what you feed them when they're little. Okay. They don't have opinions yet, and they don't have that mouth on them yet. You just put it in their mouth and they're like, okay, food. And they eat that. And then the baby grows up actually liking liver and not bitching about liver.
Beckett had it a few times a week when he was.
He said chicken liver, cod liver, liver pate. He loves. Oh, he loves liver pate. Yeah.
Well, he did. I think if I gave it to him now, he'd be like, no.
Yeah, he's got that mouth on him now. That's right.
He's almost 3. But that's great.
But you definitely wouldn't want to force feed your baby liver, because there's a lot of vitamin A in liver. Definitely, and the baby can't necessarily make decisions. You have to be the adult. But I'd say an ounce 3 times a week for any baby 5 months, 6 months or older would be completely fine and safe and so nutritious.
Yeah. Gary,
be prepared to have a super baby, an Avenger baby.
Gary says, is there a difference between insulin resistance and metabolic syndrome? That's a good question.
Yes, Gary, there's multiple differences, but not really as far as you're concerned, because when you reverse one, you're going to reverse the other as well. Okay, so insulin resistance is not really a diagnosis. That's just a way we talk about the kind of the syndrome of having metabolic disease. Hyperinsulinemia is something you can measure, and that is a diagnosis. Metabolic syndrome, I've got videos about that on this channel, has 5 different criteria for meeting that diagnosis. And I predict within the next 10 years that a fasting insulin level will be the 6th criteria for metabolic syndrome. But as far as you're concerned, no, just eat the proper human diet and they're going to go away. So you don't really have to know the difference. You just have to enjoy the food.
Somebody asked, I lost it. Why do all the haters say that carnivore is not sustainable after 5 years? I think you answered your question with your question. Because they are haters.
Yeah.
There are plenty of people in this community that have been doing carnivore for far longer than 5 years.
So you guys will enjoy this. There's this doctor on Twitter that's been fighting with me and Dr. Tro and Nick Norwitz. And I'm not going to mention his name, but he's a calorie in, calorie out guy. Eat whatever you want, just eat in moderation. Move more, eat less. He's one of those guys. He actually created a fake account and posted that he had been eating the carnivore diet for 3 months or whatever, and he'd actually gained 21 pounds and became diabetic, type 2 diabetic. And so you got to be careful on Twitter, because there's some people that they live on Twitter. And so they started looking at the dates when this account was formed, and they're like, this is dude. This is him. This is 100% him. And so he's basically been outed because he didn't cover up his tracks as good as he could.
I saw that and he blocked me.
Yeah, and he'll block you too. If you call him out on that, he'll block you. And I'm not going to mention his name because he is a doctor, and I try to remain collegial most of the time. And I'm sure he means well, but I'm not sure how he justifies being flat out dishonest and potentially discouraging people from eating a proper human diet. But yeah, that kind of stuff happens all the time. So there's going to be haters. And typically they start getting desperate when they know it's becoming patently obvious that they're wrong.
And it's not to say that you have to be carnivore for the rest of your life,
That's right.
But to say that it is unsustainable after 5 years when there are so many in this community who have done it for 10, 15, 20 years.
Yeah, our good friend Kelly Hogan, 14-year carnivore.
Yeah.
Look, she looks
you just can't say
25.
Yes.
And she's got 3 kids.
She's lost over 100 pounds.
Yeah.
She's had carnivore pregnancies. She's breastfed while she was carnivore. Like you can say that. N. Robin, welcome back. Will MCT powder raise your triglycerides number when you have your labs done?
Maybe. I would just, if you love MCT, I would just actually ingest real actual MCT. Anytime you powder any food, you're going to lose a lot of its inherent nutrition, but you're also going to increase the risk of things like you're asking about. Oh, now will it maybe cause a problem because instead of just eating chicken legs with the skin on, I'm taking this powdered chicken leg protein powder. What the hell? Just eat the chicken legs. What are you doing?
You have to excuse me if I keep clearing my throat. I lost my voice last week, and it's a miracle that I could speak on Saturday. So
your speech was miraculous.
I was screaming like all weekend at people, not
Me,
because I was
Bob
mad,
Beckett, Bonnie.
Can you answer, Kristen?
Kristen, losing weight through whole food, plant-based, and fasting. Endocrinologist said my body will want to return back to my previous weight regardless of diet and exercise. A set point. And this is a known concept in medicine and nutrition. He referenced the study following the Biggest Loser contestants and a slow metabolism. So if you continue to eat a high carbohydrate diet, especially a highly processed, ultra processed high carb diet, that's going to happen. Now, as long as you continue on whole food, plant-based, it's almost impossible to get fat because you have to eat for 16 hours a day to get enough nutrition to basically maintain your current body. But you're going to wind up either taking a handful of supplements on a whole food, plant-based diet, and all of the vegan gurus will tell you this. Dr. Michael Greger on his website's got a list of the supplements that you need to take if you're going to eat a vegan diet. You're either going to wind up taking a handful of expensive supplements that are made in a chemical factory, or you're going to wind up with nutrient deficiencies. And so really look into regenerative ranching, regenerative agriculture, and realize that these animals are not being mistreated. And if you don't want to ever buy supermarket meat, I totally get it. You want to pay a little more and you buy a cow that you know was treated like royalty, cattle royalty, and had one bad second on that last day, and now you've got the most nutrient-dense food on the planet. That's what I would recommend. If you're trying to eat for the planet, you want regenerative ruminant animals in the pasture eating grass and making pee and poop, because that's what's going to save this planet.
Let's do AJ's question over here. Rocky Mountain oysters.
Yeah.
Is there a nutritional benefit?
So so Rocky Mountain oysters are
bull balls,
and then rooster fries are
chicken balls.
So yeah, they're definitely going to be full of amino acids and fatty acids, and I'm sure that they've got a little higher content of certain vitamins and minerals. Now, that is not a requirement. You don't have to eat bull balls and chicken balls to eat a carnivore diet. But if you have access to them and you enjoy them, you can eat them every day. Bullet.
Ashley Workman, thank you so much. There's a lot of you who are guessing who the special guest is, and you're right. J. Dawn. You read that.
Oh, okay. J-Dog has Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. My fiance is absolutely resistant to this diet because of her syndrome. Do you have any information on this topic? Thank you. So, J-Dog, regardless of what syndrome your fiance has, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She's still a human being. She still deserves all the benefits that come from eating a proper human diet. regardless of what genetic condition you have, regardless of what previous trauma, what previous surgery, what previous anything, you still are a human being and you deserve the benefits of eating a proper human diet. So yeah, she's going to benefit from this. Is it going to cure her Ehlers-Danlos? No, it's not. Is it going to decrease the severity of the symptoms? It's possible.
Jeff Webb says day 73 down 25.5 pounds.
That's right,
well
Jeff.
Done. Enrico, are you concerned at all of pancreas health on a long-term super fatty diet?
Yeah, Enrico, thank you for the super chat. I'm very concerned about pancreas health, and that's why I recommend this diet. The diet that's going to increase your risk of having pancreatitis is a high carbohydrate diet full of sugar, full of fructose, and full of alcohol, and taking lots of prescription medications. That's what causes 97%, if not 99%, of acute pancreatitis attacks. It's not, nobody ever gets a pancreatitis attack from eating bacon or ribeye or eggs with the yolk. That's not how it works. The pancreas is not really that involved with digesting fat. Actually, your liver and gallbladder are in charge of that. And the pancreas does assist, but it's not the primary mover in that case. So yes, I have a video about fatty pancreas on this channel and what causes it and what gets rid of it. Guess what?
It's
Carbs cause it. Eating fatty meat gets rid of it.
Have you hit that thumb tonight?
Have you hit the thumb?
Shared it with a friend on Facebook?
Wait, ka-chow.
Ooh.
Who's that?
It's ka-chow.
Ka-chow.
If you haven't, go ahead and do that. It really helps us reach new people.
Yep.
On YouTube, they see that. It means you like it. It means we're not doing something annoying to people, that it's enjoyable. And it really,
right beside the thumb is the share button.
And subscribe.
Click the share button and share this on your favorite social media so we can reach people who are sick and who need this information.
While you're at it, go subscribe to my channel too.
Yes, Neisha's got a channel. I linked it in the title of this video.
Sadie Jean, what about goat dairy for weight loss?
So full fat goat dairy, I think, is probably less bad than full fat cow dairy. But if you're an adult human, you don't need to be drinking milk. But the fat in the goat dairy is totally fine and also very delicious.
Yes, James. A special thank you to the moderators.
Yes.
Thank you for that, James. They are amazing and
I agree.
Under appreciated.
Yes, totally.
Honestly, not by us, but
I want to make a confession.
Oh boy!
And then I want to ask a question. So today at 2 p.m., I came in from working on the farm and I broke my fast with 6 eggs with the yolk and a ribeye steak and this delicious baked brie that Neisha and Kim Howerton, they're working on a recipe to share with you guys. That's what I broke my fast with and when I broke my fast. I want to know, what time today did you break your fast and what did you break it with? Tell me in the comments.
Speaking of that, that is our special guest. Kim Howerton is our special guest tonight. So I'm fixing to tag her and she's going to come take over. But also go subscribe to my YouTube channel. Like Darth Berry said, it's linked because tomorrow Kim and I will be doing a live cook with me demo where we're going to be sharing this delicious brie recipe that will be in our new holiday cookbook. It's going to be for sale very, very soon. So make sure you subscribe to my channel and Kim's channel. Did you link Kim's channel?
I did not. But
I
will
bet
add it.
One of our
if you're watching this on the replay, it is in the show notes. But if you're watching it live, it is not.
Yeah, one of our moderators will probably help you with that. So before she comes on, if you watched the live stream or you were in person, can we just talk about how hot Kim Howerton looked in her outfit?
Right?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
When she walked in, I was like, dang girl, you're looking good.
Oh my God, Becky.
So come on, Kimmy.
Oh, I'm coming.
I'm going to let her have my seat. And I'm going to help her scroll.
I don't want to knock the light over.
No, you're not. If the dogs haven't knocked it over, you're not going to knock it over.
Kim Howerton.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
It's good to see you in person.
It's good to see you too.
You're always in another time zone when we're on the
True.
screen together.
It's true.
It's so good to see you.
Where do I look?
Okay.
Right,
Okay.
Here and here.
Okay.
Here to read, here to answer.
All right.
All
I'm gonna
right.
just You know how to use a MacBook.
Yeah.
I don't have to tell you. Kim
Right.
doesn't.
Here's-
Okay.
Let's get that.
And I'm
one.
gonna. Okay. So
Who is this?
this is
Jeff.
from Jeff.
Hey, Jeff.
Hey, Jeff. If my ALT liver enzymes go back to normal, does that mean my fatty liver disease is gone without having to pay for another ultrasound?
Probably, but not definitely. Yeah, probably that's what it means. Because if you're eating low carb enough for long enough, your fatty liver is going to go away. But at some point, your doctor definitely wants a repeat ultrasound, and you probably want one too eventually.
So, I always like getting tests where I'm like, this is going to be good news,
Right.
right?
Start an envelope, save up, and
Mhm.
get that ultrasound. I know they're pricey.
All right, let's see.
Thank you,
Thank you
Pam.
from Pam. I'm looking for more. Hey guys, I'm getting a lot of highs. We got people breaking their fast with bone broth.
Bone broth, nice. Nice. Arnold broke his with ribeye, walleye, and 5 eggs. Ooh, nice. Walleye.
Viva Heste says, just saying hi and thanks for all you do.
Hi, thank you so much. For
I
the
hope
super
I
chat.
said that right. Your name.
Thank you.
Oh, Terry. Hey, Terry. Terry said, Kim, you've helped me lose 165 pounds. My hero, 7 pounds from my goal. I adore you. Terry, I adore you right back. And
Wow.
Clearly this way of
163
eating
pounds.
adores her.
Evidently, she's doing something right.
I think so.
Yeah, that's
I think
awesome.
So. I think so. Great
Huzzah.
job.
Huzzah.
Great job, Terry. All right.
We need a huzzah button.
I know,
do.
right?
Ready?
Huzzah.
I'll work on that.
Please. Oh, Natalie Stone wanted to get a picture with you at the conference, and she never got a chance.
Natalie, come on up next time.
Natalie's very shy.
Natalie, are you being facetious?
Slightly.
Okay.
Not completely.
All right.
Lee, I've got lots of videos on my channel that'll help convince your wife that you're not going to clog your arteries and die if you eat a proper human diet. Tell her, honey, it's proper.
Right? What else are you going to do?
How can it hurt me? It's a proper human
Right.
diet. What else we got over there? Anything?
No, not a lot of those coming in.
Reeb, I've got a video on this channel about the continuous glucose monitor,
Oh, here we go.
CGM. In the show notes of that video are 3 different ways you can get a CGM. 2 of those ways are without your doctor's order.
Philip says, I'm about 5.5 weeks carnivore, still not feeling the energy, mental clarity I'd like to feel. Any tips? Should I reintroduce fruit?
You can try a 1-week trial of reintroducing fruit, see if that helps. If it does, then maybe that's the way for you. But I would opine that you probably need to give it a few more weeks and eat until satiety. That's what a ton of people don't do. They're used to portion controlling.
Right. Used
They
to
hear
undereating.
their mother's voice in their head like, honey, that's too much. Put some of that back.
Mhm.
No, on a proper human diet, you eat until you're comfortably stuffed. And if you're under eating, fatigue and just being kind of mentally blah, that's one of the symptoms of under eating.
I might also suggest that sometimes your hydration needs can shift a bit because meat doesn't tend to contain as much moisture and water as, say, if you're eating fruits and vegetables. So it might be a little dehydration could come in, and try drinking some water and maybe looking at your electrolytes.
Yep. Put some electrolytes in there and drink that water and eat your meat. Cassie Jean says safe HRT, that's hormone replacement therapy for women who've had ovaries removed. So for everybody considering hormone replacement therapy, testosterone or otherwise, you want it to be bioidentical and you want it to be taken care of by a reputable doctor who's been doing it for years. Okay. More and more you see these little places pop up in strip malls.
Right.
What is it? Testosterone 24/7 or whatever,
Big T clinic.
Right. The Big T clinic. No. You want a doctor who's been doing this for years, and you can find one in the large city near you who does this for a reasonable price, and you'll be very happy you did it. But especially for you women out there, you want only bioidentical hormones. You do not want synthetic hormones.
Ronald has asked about ApoB and LP(a), which are both cholesterol markers within the cholesterol.
Yeah, markers within the lipid family.
Lipid arena.
So, Ronald, I've got videos that explain those in detail. The actual truth of the matter is you don't need to know. You just need to eat the food and enjoy the life. But if you want to know, I got videos that explain that.
Nima has sent a thank
Thank
you
you, Nima.
avocado.
Thank you, Nima, for the thank you avocado.
Yeah, I
That's
appreciate
cool.
that.
I've never seen an avocado on here.
Deborah says, is it normal to have leg cramps that wake you up at the beginning of transitioning to the PhD?
Yep, this is very common. This means it's time to get some electrolytes, either some Redmond's Relight or some Ultima, and make sure you're getting plenty of electrolytes, because when you lose the unhealthy fluid in your body that you're holding on to, electrolytes go with it. And so for a while, you may have to use the electrolytes to keep that from happening.
There's not a ton of sodium in the Ultima, though.
That's right. That's right.
So make sure you get enough sodium.
Yeah. Salt your food to taste, always.
And I have a lot of clients, right, who say, I'm getting a plenty of salt. I know I'm getting plenty of salt. And I was like, try a little more tomorrow.
Yeah.
Try a little more the next day. And then they come back to me and they eventually say, oh, I wasn't getting enough
salt. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. It's very common. And that's another thing that from the time we're old enough to understand the language that we speak, you're told, oh, don't use that much salt.
Just a little.
No, honey. No, that's too much salt. No, salt your food until it tastes yummy, till it's perfectly salted. That's how much salt you need.
These jump past me.
Yes, you have to watch them.
Let's see. Okay, there we go. We got another thank you avocado. This one looks like he's doing tennis. Let's see, who did that come from? Oh, Jay Cook says
thank you, Jay.
Thank you, Jay. That's from Ashley. Look, we got
Ashley, I love it.
Look at that. Oh no, he's got a maraca. It's a maraca there.
It's a baby avocado. That's so cute.
Thank
you, Jim. Salt your coffee too. Absolutely. If any of you guys haven't tried salty coffee, put a little salt in your coffee. It's
very good.
It's very tasty.
You know, my brother used to be a barista when he was in college, and they said that was the tip. They told everyone a little salt takes away the bitter.
100%.
Yeah,
absolutely. What you got over there? Anything?
Hold on. Oh, I'm scrolling.
Ben Carey, will you retype? I don't think we saw your super chat. Will you retype it, and one of the moderators look for Ben Carey and keep bumping his question until I answer it? I'm sorry, Ben. I didn't see it go by.
Elon
fanboy.
Is there a home test for iodine deficiency? I suspect I'm low. I'm also getting a calcium score on Thursday from your tip. Thanks.
Beautiful. Yeah. And make sure and share your calcium score with us when you get it back. There is no home test for iodine. And even the serum test that your doctor will do in the clinic, if you ask for one, is unhelpful. The only way to check your current iodine status is to do a 24-hour urine collection for iodine, which if you bug your doctor enough, they may order that and give you the containers to take home, and you just collect your urine for 24 hours, and then they calculate up how much urine you excreted in that time, and they can tell if you're if you're iodine depleted or not. Oh, Patrick Murray, we maybe missed Patrick's super chat as well.
Okay, I'm going to scroll up. You keep looking.
Okay, and you can click on those up there too and see if you find.
I'm learning, you guys.
There's a learning curve. How about boiled eggs? Gabrielle says, yeah, you can eat as many boiled eggs as you want, Gabrielle. As many times a day as you want boiled eggs. I always salt them.
It was Jim. We just thanking Jim there?
Yep, I do. Right. I thank Jim already.
All right.
What's the best salt? The salt that I love the best is Redmond's real salt. There's a little container of it right there. But really, depending on what continent you live on, I want you to eat a local salt that is mined from under the ground from an ancient sea. That's the safe salt. I do not want any of you 3,000 beautiful people watching this to ever eat evaporated modern ocean salt. And some of these can look very frou-frou. Like I know one guy up near Chesapeake Bay. There's some little tiny bay.
Yes.
And he gets the salt from there.
Is the packaging just like so nice?
Primo. It literally looks like that you should be riding in a Bentley if you eat this salt, right? That's the same damn ocean that's got the cesspool of plastic out in the middle of the Pacific. It's all the same ocean. So it doesn't matter what cute little bay it's collected in. It has nanoplastics and microplastics and probably Fukushima and other stuff. So you want a salt that was actually formed millions of years ago that's mined from under the ground, local to you.
Did you see that one?
No, shed. Hi, new to Carnivore. We buy a whole cow every year. Beautiful. Hope it's a local cow. Probably is. Is there anything I should specifically ask the butcher for this year? I've seen 70-30 ground beef. Yes, you 100% want 70-30 ground beef. You want the heart for sure. You want the liver for sure. You may want other organs as well. They'll give you all those, but you just have to ask for them. You want as many of the femur bones and the humerus bones as you can get cut up into 3-inch sections. You can either roast those and have delicious bone marrow, or you can make the best bone broth in your state, wherever you happen to live. They can get the tail, and you can have oxtail soup. You can get, there's so many cuts. And then if you have a dog, all the little minor bones, they can cut those up, and that can be dog food that's way cheaper and way better for your pet than canned dog food. What else?
Might they like make a custom grind where they grind the heart and some of the organ meat into the
in your
ground beef?
And so if you're like, dude, I ain't ever eaten that liver, then get them to grind the liver in with your 70-30 ground beef, and you literally cannot taste the liver, but you're getting all the nutrition.
Right.
Yep.
Did we see Marie? We want to send a
Hey,
thank you.
Thank you, Marie, for the super chat.
All right, let me go here. Ooh, they're jumpy. Oh.
Ashley, this is embarrassing, but I'm heartbroken and off the wagon of carbs and alcohol. I love you guys, and we'll try again tomorrow. So you know what, Ashley? You know we love you. And you know what? When the sun comes up tomorrow, you know what that is? That's a new day. And that's the day you're going to start. And it's totally fine that you screwed up. It's totally fine you fell off the wagon. Tomorrow morning, you're going to wake up the new Ashley, who is the old Ashley that was doing such a great job. And you're going to get right back on the wagon. You're going to look in the mirror tomorrow morning. You're going to forgive yourself for being temporarily stupid. That's okay. We all do it. And you're going to get right back on the wagon and act like it never happened.
Right. It's not in the fall. It's in the recovery.
That's right. That's recovery. Right. Yeah.
Kristen says losing weight through WF.
Oh, we got that.
Oh, okay.
We already got Kristen.
We're jumping around.
Neener says, is kefir good for you? So if it's full fat kefir, that's actually real kefir and it's unsweetened, it's not terrible. I think it's less bad than drinking liquid milk, because you've allowed the microbe to bend the protein, the casein in the whey proteins, and they're not nearly as inflammatory. But I don't think there's anything magic in kefir or yogurt or any of the other fermented milks or fermented foods. A lot of the vegetables that some people's ancestors fermented, the reason they did that was not to unlock magic nutrients. It was to suppress the oxalates and the lectins and the other phytopoisons that are in the plants. That's why they fermented them. And for many people, that's why they ferment dairy once we've discovered how to do it, so that it's not as inflammatory.
We've got H.W. Welds. What is it about eggs that blocks absorption? I think that means protein absorption, the whites or the yellows?
Yeah, it's the whites for some people that can block absorption of some vitamins.
And isn't the raw ones?
The raw white, yeah. And if you cook the white, then most all of that, the avidin and the other things that might potentially block that, they're going to go away. So you want your eggs over easy. That way the white's done and the yolk's runny. Perfection.
All right. So Kevin told us the missed super chat was from Ben. My question was basically, do I need electrolytes, vitamin D, or fiber supplements on carnivore?
So you might need vitamin D depending on where you live, if there's enough sun or not, and if you're eating vitamin D rich foods or not, which I have a video on this channel that tells you what they are. And then fiber, no, you don't need any fiber. There's no need for fiber in the human diet whatsoever. No human needs fiber. And I know there's 3 people out there right now who just went, what did he just say? You don't need fiber? No, you don't need fiber. If you've been taking Metamucil every day, I want you to just get up right now from wherever you're watching this, go in the kitchen, get the Metamucil and throw it in the damn garbage, because it's trash. It's worthless. You don't need that. Okay? Eat your meat. If you want some fiber, eat some real actual vegetables. And what was the third thing?
Vitamin D, electrolytes.
You might need some electrolytes. 50,000 years ago, we drank river water and mud puddle water. And when we killed a large animal, we couldn't hang them up because we didn't have a winch. And so they had blood in the meat. And both of those are rich sources of minerals and electrolytes. And so they got plenty of electrolytes. But now all of our carcasses are drained completely. And nobody drinks mud puddle water unless they're high. And you probably shouldn't do that anyway. So, yes, you probably ought to prioritize your electrolytes and mind your minerals.
All right. So we're looking for Selena. Yeah, I think I'm okay. Selena says, what does that word say?
Polycythemia.
Selena says she was diagnosed with polycythemia last week, pending further tests to figure out the cause. As a carnivore, should I be concerned about ferritin or any effect eating carnivore?
No, you shouldn't. Now, you definitely should continue the investigation of why you have polycythemia, but it's not coming from eating a proper human diet.
Okay.
Here's one from, you got it?
Crystal,
Go ahead. Yep.
This is for everyone asking about a CGM. You can sign up for a coupon for a free Freestyle Libre 2 off the website, and then you can use Publix coupon for your next one, and it's $34, which will cover a 14-day experience.
Very nice. Thank you, Crystal, for sharing
Thank you,
that.
Crystal. And by the way, I've noticed that the Libra 2 seems to be more accurate than the first Libra was.
I
So
agree.
these new ones are a little more accurate.
I agree. G's Tees, it says, hi, Granny Berry from Saskatchewan, Canada. Been keto almost 3 years and now doing beef, butter, bacon, and eggs. Can eating this way help with Addison's disease? So it's going to greatly decrease the severity of symptoms, definitely. And it may even slow the progression, but you've got to follow up with your doctor for Addison's. That can be serious.
All right. Thanks, Denise. I'm glad she says she's stealing I'm be a lighthouse, not a foghorn.
I love that. Yeah.
All right.
That was beautiful.
All right. Let's see.
Danielle says my chat is being restricted. Just a heads up. How can you tell, Danielle, that the chat's being restricted?
What is a CGM? A CGM stands for a continuous glucose monitor.
Yep. And it goes right here on most people, back here, and it checks your blood, your interstitial sugar level every 5 minutes. And there's an app on your phone, so you can literally take your phone, hold it up against it, and then look at your readings for the last few hours. It's really, really cool. AOA says, how often should we have bowel movements on carnivore? So somewhere between 3 a day and once a week. That's the normal range for somebody eating a carnivore diet. And which you're not, trust me, after maybe the initial phase of getting used to carnivore, you're never going to have 3 bowel movements a day. Okay. You're probably going to have 1 a day, 1 every other day, maybe 2 a day, but there are carnivores out there that they poop once every 5 days, and that's it. And they're great. They have no gas whatsoever. How many of you guys notice that you have fewer farts on a carnivore diet? Put it in comments. People think I'm crazy when I say that, but you don't have all that fiber rotting in your colon making gas. It gets better. And so if you currently have a husband who thinks it's funny to stink up the whole house and share with you, then put him on a carnivore diet and you won't have to worry about that anymore.
All right. So we got from Patty B, driving across country. How do I get collagen? I'm guessing on the road. She means I will not be able to make bone broth.
Yep. There's actually multiple ways you can do this on the road. You can go to any chicken joint and get the grilled chicken and eat the little crunchy bits on the end of the bones, the cartilage. That is the ultimate cartilage and collagen building blocks.
And luckily, there are a lot of wing places.
Yeah. The wings, eat don't just eat that one bite of meat. You're going to gnaw that bone. Like your great grandmama used to gnaw the bone. Okay. That's pure cartilage that your body can absorb. If you order ribs in a restaurant, eat the membrane off the back of the ribs. If it's cooked right, it's crunchy and delicious. And that is pure collagen building blocks.
All right. HW mentioned he meant iron absorption with the eggs. Is that the whites?
Yeah. It's the whites, and it's also in some people, but if you cook the white, you're not going to have to worry about that.
Okay. Matthew says, finally found a functional medicine, FNP. Took me off statins, my PCP prescribed, and supported my lifestyle. Thanks for your guidance, Doc.
Well done.
All right. Jim says, higher than normal hematocrit and hemoglobin on last blood work. Should I be concerned? A1C was 5.1.
So your A1C is beautiful, Jim. Definitely follow up with your doctor for additional testing to see why your H and H are high. It could be not a big deal at all. It might be something to worry about. The only way to know is to follow up with your doctor.
People are asking who I am. I am the special guest for this evening, so Neisha could spend a little more time with Bonnie. I am Kim Howerton.
Yes. Kim Howerton helped me write the book, Common Sense Labs. That's Kim
me.
Howerton. That's her. Yeah. She spoke at the PhD Summit in Nashville this weekend. She's been a close friend of ours for years and hopefully for years to come.
That's a guarantee there.
Excellent.
All right. Blackjack's Armory says, my wife has fibromyalgia and Hashimoto's. Her doctor wants to wait until she is worse before beginning to treat her thyroid. Do you take opposite?
So that is terrible, terrible advice from her doctor. Do not listen to that advice. You need to find a new doctor, at least for her thyroid care. Your doctor may be great at everything else, but they don't know what the hell they're talking about when it comes to Hashimoto's. If you will call a compounding pharmacy that actually makes medicine the old-fashioned way in your town and say, hey, which doctors in town prescribe Armor Thyroid or Nature Thyroid or WP or NP, the desiccated thyroids, the pharmacist will be like, oh, that's Dr. McGillicuddy. He still prescribes that. Go see Dr. McGillicuddy, because if he prescribes a desiccated thyroid, he's probably going to understand how to actually take care of a patient with Hashimoto's.
Let's see. Barb says, been 95% carnivore for 3 months, type 2 diabetic. The last month, I only eat 1 pound of beef max once a day, and I'm stuffed. Weight loss has slowed. What to do?
What would you say, Kim?
Well, I would say that the first thing is it's only been a month that she hasn't seen weight loss.
That's right. So is that officially a stall?
In my opinion, it's not.
I agree.
And I would especially look at over the previous 2 months, did you lose a lot? Because sometimes if you lose a lot, the body's like, whoa, 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 let's hang on for a minute. Let's get used to this new normal before it starts to kind of get it with the program again.
Yes, 100%. When we used to live in the wild, it was never a good thing if you lost weight. That was uniformly something bad has happened. You've broken a bone. Your tribe has deserted you, floated you out on an iceberg. That's the only times that you lost weight, if you were sick or something was wrong. And so it freaks your body out when you're losing fat quickly. Now, you may need to lose weight quickly, and that's okay, but your body's going to put a 2-week pause on and go, what the hell? Why? What? Maybe a week-long pause. Up to 3 months, I don't even consider it a weight loss stall. It's just a weight loss pause. It's your body making sure everything's okay, and then the fat burning will begin again. Be patient and keep eating a proper human diet.
Tired looking for a name says, after switching from keto to carnivore, my LDL shot up to 265. HDL is 61. Trigs are 81. Should I be worried? I'm a pattern A for LDL. No,
you shouldn't be worried. Your triglycerides and your HDL cholesterol are exemplary, gorgeous, top 99th percentile. Some people's LDL goes up on keto or carnivore. Some people stays the same. Some actually goes down. You are probably a lean mass hyperresponder. And if you will Google that term, lean mass hyperresponder, you can find all kinds of information. I've had Dave Feldman as a guest on this channel multiple times. He can explain this to you.
And also in any time of transition, you might see things switch up, change. Abigail says, got some blood work done and I have elevated ALT, AST. I've been keto for 4 months. Is there anything else I can do to lower it?
Make sure that your keto, whatever you're calling keto, is under 20 total grams of carbs a day and is not full of keto cookies, cakes, pies, shakes, fat bombs, desserts, and keto bread. None of that shit is keto, okay? Keto means lots of meat, lots of eggs, and a little bit of veg, a few nuts, and a few berries. That's what keto is. And so if you're like, well, I don't sound like my keto, then you probably ain't eating keto. You're buying processed products.
About, doesn't it have to say keto on the label?
Right. If it says keto on the label, it most assuredly is not actually real whole food, PhD approved keto. Okay. So lots of meat, lots of eggs, some veg, a few nuts, a few berries. That's keto. Keep doing that and get your AST and ALT rechecked in 3 months. And I think you will be happily surprised.
Ashley would like a nose bump for Bonnie.
Oh, nose bump.
All right. Let's see what else we got here.
I'll look over here. Boink loves cheese. Yeah, I love cheese too, but I can't get carried away.
Oh, just ordered my second lab test book. Thank you both. One for me and one for my doctor.
Ah, nice.
Perfect.
I feel like that getting a copy of that, and maybe Liz, my doctor, told me, for your doctor for Christmas.
Yeah.
Would that be like the ultimate snark? But at the same time, you're like, dude, I gave you a gift. What's your problem?
Right.
That'd be cool, right?
A couple of people asked about when they're shipping, and the printing is happening at the end of the month, and they start shipping right after that.
So 3 to 4 weeks.
3 to 4
They should have their
weeks.
copy
Yeah,
if you've
yeah.
already ordered.
We, unfortunately, Dr. Bear and I do not own a printing press.
Right.
So someone is doing that for us, but the plan is that they should ship right after that.
William Weathersby says, does carnivore help with folliculitis? 100% William. William, listen to me. Listen. Would you like your folliculitis to go away? Like literally go away? Carnivore's the way.
Paul, my latest labs, cholesterol 195, trigs 60, HDL 36, ratio 1.67 to 1, 3 months pH.
So 3 months, your triglycerides are 60, which is amazing. Your HDL is still a little low. Some people have a genetic predisposition to just want to have lower HDL. So Paul, what you're going to do between now and the next 3 months when you repeat it is you're going to be lifting heavy things and you're going to be eating lots of fatty red meat. And that's going to get that HDL up to normal.
Absolutely. People are asking if Neisha's cookbook is keto, ketovore, or carnivore. And yes.
Yes, it is.
Some of everything.
And I think each recipe, you guys pretty much preface it with, this is keto, this is ketovore, carnivore, or this is a festive recipe. Right. This is not for daily use.
Right.
Yeah.
And Dr. Barry, you're really mostly carnivore, but what do you, on Thanksgiving and Christmas, do you occasionally mix it up a little bit?
Definitely. On most occasions like that, anniversary, Christmas, birthday, Thanksgiving, I'll cheat on carnivore.
Right.
With keto. Okay? Yeah. Never will you catch me with a donut or with a ding dong or with a bag of Doritos because I'm not an idiot. I have lots of kids. I have grandkids. I hope to have lots of grandkids and great grandkids. And I want to be the great granddaddy that they're like, can we please go see great granddaddy today, this weekend?
Because he's fun.
Yes, because he's going to take us out on the farm and we're going to play soccer and he's probably going to jump in the creek. That's what I want to be when I'm 95 years old. I don't want to be the grandfather who's in the nursing home, who you literally have to spank the kids to make them go in and pretend to enjoy to give me a kiss on my dirty cheek.
And you don't know who they are.
And I'm like, who are these little brats? I don't want to be that great grandfather.
Right.
And so I'm never going to eat that kind of shit again, ever. But a few times a year, I'll cheat on carnivore with keto.
Right. There's a question here about fruit and honey.
Ray plays music. Hello again. Have you had a chance to weigh in on Dr. Saladino adding honey and papayas, bananas to his diet? Yeah, I've weighed in on that a few times. That's actually called a paleo diet. That was very popular about 10, 15 years ago. And so if you want to eat a paleo diet, that seems to help some people, but most people, especially people who are overweight or metabolically ill with prediabetes, type 2 diabetes, fatty liver, hypertension, that's kind of the crowd I'm trying to help.
Right. Yeah. I mean, if you're spending most of your day lifting weights, surfing, running, like you're an athlete almost all day long, that's a little different. But I don't know very many people who are doing that.
Right. But if you're just trying to live your life and lose the belly and reverse the diabetes, I would recommend leaving the fruit out.
All right. Jay Cook says, my 8-year-old granddaughter, Mia, says to tell you that she loves bacon.
Hey, Mia, eat your bacon, woman.
She's seen me losing weight and loves that she can get her little arms around my waist now. 31 pounds lost since July 1st.
Huzzah. I love it.
Mango would like to say, can you talk about a proper dog diet?
Yep. So dogs are facultative carnivores. Now, it is true that dogs have been, it's unclear whether we domesticated them or they domesticated us, because you realize we basically feed them for nothing. So there's kind of a question in archaeology, right? Who domesticated whom?
Right.
But so they've been around us long enough that they've actually upregulated amylase genes. So they have amylase and they can digest some carbohydrates, but they are facultative carnivores. They are made to eat meat. They are, I had somebody argue with this.
Oh, yeah?
Dogs are direct descendants from wild wolves.
What did they think they were descended?
They're like, no, not all dogs come from wolves. I'm like, honey.
Dolphins?
Not all dogs.
No, but I mean, like, what did they come from?
Right. I don't know. But yes, literally every single dog you see is a direct descendant of a wild wolf. They are carnivores. They can tolerate some veg. If you want to give them some junk food, they can eat it and it won't kill them, but it's not going to help them realize their optimal health level. And if you want your dog to live a long damn time, you don't buy them Alpo and milk bone dog biscuits and other basically junk food for dogs. You feed them meat. And if you want to feed them some veg, it's some veg off your plate, just like you would feed your children.
Yep. Jim says, doctor called today that my CAC score was in the starting stage of coronary artery disease and wants me to restart my statin. Keto for 2 months.
Yeah, Jim, that's a personal decision that you'll make, and definitely counsel with your doctor. Watch a bunch of YouTube videos about the CAC score. I have several on this channel. Read the research before you make up your mind. There is zero evidence in the scientific literature that taking a statin will lower your CAC score. There is literally no evidence to support that. So if your doctor said that it will help your CAC score, your doctor's full of crap. Okay. If your doctor said that it will slow down your CAC score from elevating, also your doctor's full of crap. There's no research proving that either. The only thing I've personally seen, and all my other friends in this sphere of influence, is that when you eat a super low carb diet, about half the people, their CAC will keep slowly going up 10% a year or something, that's normal, or it'll stop going up at all, or in about a third of cases, it actually goes down. I've never seen somebody take a statin and lower their CAC.
Okay. So Elon says again, instead of doing the iodine deficiency test, should I just take 3 drops of iodine?
Just 1 or 2 drops of 2% Lugols. And then if you've got the daily minerals that I helped design with Keto Chow, that's got 500 micrograms of iodine in it in each daily serving. So 1 or 2 drops of Lugols, 2% iodine. And then your daily minerals, you're covered. And then also I've got a video on this channel about iodine-rich foods.
All right. The reader says, my wife is having low iron problems, anemia. She's been carnivore for 2.5 months. Is vitamin C necessary? Is there anything you'd recommend?
Yeah, so her anemia needs to be thoroughly worked up. As a woman, she needs to have her colon, her large intestine, completely and thoroughly investigated. Her upper gastrointestinal tract, her stomach, needs to be investigated because she might be losing blood from somewhere. Her bone marrow needs to be investigated. She may not be making blood cells. Okay. Her spleen needs to be investigated. She may be chewing up blood cells prematurely. But if she's eating lots of fatty red meat and eating liver once or twice a week, she's getting all the building blocks she needs to not be anemic. You've got to figure out why she's anemic. So don't stop asking that question until you get to a hematologist, perhaps a blood specialist, and say, hey, why is my wife, she eats lots of red meat and liver, why is she still anemic? Please find out the underlying cause.
Right. I think I missed one, so I'm jumping back. Robbie,
okay.
Thank you.
Robbie.
Give me 1 second. Oh, my ferritin is 15. Will lots of beef liver help?
It's not going to hurt. Okay. Regardless of what your ferritin level is, you need to eat lots of fatty ruminant meat. Carol Tucker says, are olives okay to eat since they don't have any carbs?
Well, is it true that they don't have any carbs?
No, Carol, that's not true. Olives do have carbohydrates. They are low carbohydrate
Very
fruits. And so in that respect, if you want to eat some fruits, you can eat avocado, coconut, and olives. They're low carb fruits. If you want to eat some fruit.
Do have some.
Yeah,
carbs.
but they also have some pretty decent fat in them, just like avocados and coconuts. I love olives. Occasionally I'll eat one. It's just like a little treat, but it's not part of my daily diet. Do you love olives?
I love olives. And what I really like about them is they have so much like concentrated flavor.
They are a flavor
and so you
explosion.
You wouldn't want to eat you might, but you wouldn't want to eat a ton of them. And so you get a lot of that nice different flavor. They're also very salty. So just like pickle juice can be good for electrolytes, so can olive juice.
Yeah, 100%. Granddaddy Barry used to love olives.
Oh, yeah?
He would just eat them out of the jar. And I would try to eat one when I was little. I'm like, this explosion.
Oh, yeah, so much
I'm like,
flavor.
My mouth is exploding. What is happening? Too much.
Yeah. Okay. Adorable Adornment says, how can you avoid disaster pants when you eat a carnivore diet? I tried it and oh man, I can't handle it.
Yeah. Some people, not most people, don't have this at all. But about a third of people who go carnivore will have some diarrhea for a few days, rarely up to maybe 2 or 3 weeks. And then it goes completely away. What this is your gut bacteria adjusting to your new and more healthy diet. This is not going to be permanent. This is temporary.
Yeah, it does resolve. It does take a little while for some people, but okay. Jen says LDL 156, HDL 52, triglycerides 50, A1C 4.8.
Listen.
Lost 140 pounds.
Huzzah.
Good
Huzzah.
job.
Who was that?
Who was it? That was Jen with a
Jen.
lot of numbers.
Jen. Wow. Well done.
Well done, Jen.
Tedros, how do you heal frequent urination? Opinion on white rice and carnivore, and adding carbs if exercising, trying not to be too skinny on carnivore. So Tedros, if you want to gain fat, eat the rice, eat the carbs. If you want to gain muscle, then eat the meat and the eggs and lift the heavy weights. I don't think that rice plays any part in a human diet unless you're trying to not starve to death. In that case, eat all the rice you can get your hands on if you're starving. If you have frequent urination, there's about 10 different things that could cause that. You need to go see your doctor for a urinalysis and maybe some other testing to find out exactly why you're having frequent urination.
All right.
You got any more over there?
That was that on that. And so far, I haven't missed anyone.
We
I don't
got
think. You guys, I'm
Jen.
not as good at this as Neisha is. I'm learning. Bear with me.
We got Robbie. We got Ashley.
Not all of us can be Neisha.
I think we've got them all.
I think
All right,
so.
guys, that's
All
the
right.
hour. Thank you so much for joining us. If you've got an important question that you need an answer to, but you didn't get it tonight, my Patreon, there's a link in the show notes. You can become a patron, and for $5 a month, it's pretty cheap.
That's really cheap.
You get access to 2 additional live Q&As that instead of having 3,000 people asking questions, there's 100 or 200 people asking questions. So we can answer more questions more thoroughly on Patreon. There's a link in the show notes. That's how you can ask me questions directly without 3,000 people eavesdropping.
All right. Well,
guys.
this is fun. Thank you for letting me join you guys.
Thank you, Kim Howerton, for joining us. We'll be back next Monday night at 7 p.m. Central. If you didn't get enough tonight, I'll be live tomorrow evening at 6 p.m. inside of my Patreon. Link in the show notes.
And do you know, I also do a live on Tuesday right after yours.
Yours is at 7.
It's at 7 right after yours on my
Nice.
YouTube channel.
I love it. So me on
subscribe.
Patreon, and Neisha says,
Oh, Neisha and I are going live tomorrow at 2:00 to show
Central.
you Central to show you on Neisha's channel to show you guys a recipe that's going to be in the cookbook.
oh. And I think it's already been posted, so you can set a reminder on Neisha's channel.
Go to Neisha's channel
so you
and
don't forget. You go to her channel right now and set a reminder so you don't forget.
And while we're cooking, we'll answer questions too.
Oh, that's so nice.
We'll
so
multitask.
nice. And I get to eat the results.
He does get to eat the results of the cooking.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's
Thank you,
right.
Kim Howerton.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for watching us and hanging out with us. Thank you for sharing this video if you think it might help somebody. See you later.